Rob and I are both chefs.
And we both own our own restaurants.
But if we want to take things to the next level,
We need to seek out new inspiration.
and fresh ideas about food.
So, we're going to Argentina.
And I have no idea what to expect.
This is going to be big.
On our last episode, we explored Mendoza and experienced all this desert land has to offer. From exquisite wines to fabulous food. From exclusive enclaves to roadside retreats, Mendoza has been a feast for the eyes and appetite.
We arrived late in the day at Au Fournier, a vineyard with a state-of-the-art winery in a stunning location.
Crazy, eh?
The roof's incredible. The grounds are pretty incredible.
Jose is the owner here, along with his wife Nadia, a renowned chef, and he treated us to a special tour.
The highest door in Mendoza, even bigger than the one at the cathedral. So.
Wow. Holy cow.
This is where we ferment and macerate our top wines, our Alpha Crux, Au Fournier wines. These are 15,000 liter oak vats coming from France. Okay, so these are the brains of the winery. This is also very unique. There are very few wineries in the world that you will see this. This is sort of our research and development area to control the wines, but also to control the grapes and the quality of the grapes. We are at 3,600 feet of altitude. These mountains are over 17,000 feet. This one's in front of us, but the ones that you see over there, for example, those are over 21,000 feet. Those are some of the highest peaks in the world. If it's clear tomorrow morning when you wake up, it's just the massiveness of the mountains.
It never gets old.
No, it just gets to you. So, well, this is what we call the Rosemary Square. When we designed the winery, we didn't want to have a humongous building, but we wanted to split it like a little village. This is the bottling area over there.
Yes.
And that's the restaurant and the visitor center. You know, we're very proud because Wine Access, a very important Canadian magazine, selected this restaurant as the #1 on the top restaurants and wineries in the world. Founded by my wife, who's a very famous chef, and we're very happy that we got that recognition. I hope we can impress you with our gastronomy when you eat with us, and also I am sure you will impress us with yours when we cook together tomorrow. I'm not very esoteric, but the people that are say that there are two very high positive energy zones in the world. One is in Central Africa and one is in the Uco Valley. So I don't know, but I can tell you that I sleep very well here.
Yeah, there's something
going on here. So. And the snow is very critical for us because we're a desert. So every water that we use for drinking, for irrigation, comes from the Andes, comes from the melting of the snow.
If the glaciers were to deplete so much, you wouldn't be able to do anything.
No, we'll die.
You couldn't live here.
This is how Mendoza is. This is why Mendoza is so special. You see this beauty, but it's very.
It's fragile.
Exactly, it's extremely fragile.
We're very excited to cook here. This is our last cookout.
Yeah, this is literally the last thing that we'll all remember of our time here. So we want to go out with a bang. We want it to be special. Highlight maybe some of the traditions that you have here in the Uco Valley.
And maybe we can also, share some of the local tradition of how we make the food here.
The next morning, we saw firsthand what Jose was describing. The sun painted the Andes with glorious hues, and we were in awe of those majestic mountains rising over 20,000 feet above us.
It's pretty spectacular. Yeah. I mean, you don't get to see this every day.
No.
God, you're hooked on that shit, eh?
Mm-hmm. This is a good one.
After a morning mate session, we headed out to visit the Salentine Winery, the oldest in the Uco Valley.
I just can't believe how close to the Andes these wineries are.
Yeah.
It's it's the perfect place to grow grapes. So young, right?
It's so
What's
young.
happening here is so new. It hasn't even reached its potential yet.
No, not at all. Yeah, and also because it's so new, all those wineries have a new concept. That being so close to the Andes mountain, huge wall, there is a difference in the geography, how the land is going down.
Right, of course.
It's very important because every 100 meters the temperature changes. When we're going higher,
Yeah.
the temperature is getting colder. So then we can blend the different altitudes and have a unique wine. This is Alentine. From here you can notice that this winery is very industrial, very modern, and also have a cultural side, this winery, that you can see it from here.
Oh, that's quite the view.
Wow. So these are the French oak barrels?
French oak barrels. From here we get our best wine.
Yeah, these oak barrels are just gigantic.
Yeah, they're gigantic. Well, this is our cellar. Look at this.
It's like an amphitheater.
We have 4,000 barrels.
4,000 barrels, wow.
Most of them French oak. We have some American oak. A little bit of echo.
A little bit of echo, yeah.
You can stand up right in the middle in that square and speak. You will feel how all the sound is concentrated there. It makes the vibration go up to there, to the roof.
Oh, wow.
This is something else, eh?
Look at this table.
Is this concrete?
These are 3 pieces of travertine marble from the Andes mountain. If you want, you can touch it from the bottom.
Yeah,
It's
those
natural.
raw.
It's exactly. It's the natural rock. And here's where we are going to taste some wine.
Let's start with the Sauvignon Blanc.
Dig right in there, Rob, don't we?
I'm not. We're not on a date, Craig.
God, this is such a tough end to our trip, eh? Another wine tasting?
It's always hard.
You know what though? You gotta think, this is how a wine critic, this is their life. Every day. Drinking, tasting. We're developing our palates, man.
So it is a bit darker.
The last one I like a lot.
Thank you for coming. You came from very far away.
We came
You did
from
a fantastic and big effort, and we really appreciate it.
It's been really hard drinking.
For me, the most important thing is that you enjoy the wine.
Yeah.
The most important thing, enjoy it.
After all of our time in Argentina, you know, including this winery, we've taken so much away. We've learned a ton. We think about wine differently. I know I do.
We headed back through the Mendozan desert to Ofornie on a mission to end this trip with the ultimate rustic cookout. A whole suckling goat slow cooked in the shadow of the highest mountain range in the Western Hemisphere.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, I'm Craig.
Hi, I'm Rob. Nice to meet you.
Nadia is not only one of the owners of this winery, she's also the renowned chef and will be our guide for this adventure.
I am searching about a cross
Yes.
with the fire to start to prepare in a very traditional way. That's it is on the floor.
Oh,
with
perfect.
I think in less than an hour because we need a very long time to prepare
Yes,
the goat.
exactly.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Chef Nadia invited us into her kitchen, where her staff had a whole goat ready for our cookout.
They go.
Wow,
Really fresh.
Really fresh, yeah. So the idea when you put it on the cross is to open it up
Yes.
and just, okay.
It's about 5 hours.
This thing's gonna take 5 hours, Rob?
It's 1:30 right now. We gotta get going.
Even the cars here in Argentina can be rustic, like this old Falcon that delivered our firewood.
You can find a lot of falcon here in Argentina.
Nice.
Watch out, Craig.
Pure alcohol.
The last cookout?
Let's get saddled up.
It's goat time. Goat time.
¿Esto dónde lo ponemos?
Cooking a goat on the cross is a classic Argentine tradition, but totally new to us.
There we go.
Yeah, what's at the heart?
She knows how to
open it.
open the goat.
Beautiful.
Ah, yes. Crack.
Okay.
Okay, we have to put on the cross. Bravo!
I love that.
Big. We're just getting schooled here, eh? And the little.
Yeah, well, it's a technique they use, right?
First, the fire or the heat needs to be on this side, and after that, in the other side.
Okay.
A sacrificial goat, like carrying a goat into the desert.
That's hot. Perfect.
All right. Let me find a stone. Okay.
Couple more. Ah, perfect,
Okay.
Craig.
Now we're gonna get some smoke action happening here.
Nice. 5 hours. That's a long time.
Next, I want to get started on the dessert, a fresh rosemary ice cream.
I think Rob's choice of rosemary here is pretty wicked because, number one, it's growing so prolifically throughout this winery that it just makes sense. And number two, they're flowering, and when you use these buds, they have a sweetness to them and a floral nature that you don't normally get from rosemary. So it becomes more than just a savory herb, it just works perfectly in a sweet setting.
We could even put mate in here. Should we do that? Yeah.
Mate is a brewed herbal drink that's a national obsession here in Argentina. So my choice to put it in ice cream, it raised a few eyebrows.
This cream.
That's amazing. Look at how heavy that is.
They're gonna love this ice cream. Perfect amount.
Perfect amount, yeah? Okay.
We decided to season our goat with rosemary.
I'm just gonna go ahead, Rob. I'm just gonna make our little rosemary rub. I think we should put a little white wine in it.
Let's do that.
Yeah?
Yeah, that sounds really good.
Perfect. Okay, slightly warm olive oil. I'll put a little fine sea salt on here. This is gonna be our rosemary brush. We're gonna baste it with.
That looks sweet. I love it.
A little Chardonnay.
The addition of wine is perfect.
Yeah, 'cause the goat's gonna get a little dry, so we're gonna need to baste it.
This thing is dried out, eh? Oh, that's good. A little bit on his shoulders. He's getting a little ashy out here.
I think we should also rotate this a bit, huh? Hey, bud, there you go.
There. That's better. Let's get his back a little suntanned.
Get a little color on his back. It's perfect. This is where it's at, eh, bud?
Yeah.
We're in the foothills of the Andes.
Roasting goat.
Roasting suckling goat.
Look at that. That's gonna be amazing.
The smoke is gonna get in there. What a slow process, eh?
That we're also learning about. That is great.
Our side ingredient is a large pumpkin that will roast over the coals before serving it with some local blue cheese and a topping of fresh arugula.
What do you think, Craig?
Well,
Right up.
yeah. Keep it hydrated. Get it nice and glistening. This is awesome.
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be perfect.
It's a weird way to cook. And it just takes a fucking long time.
Hey guys, how's everything?
We're making a mate ice cream.
Mate ice cream, what a great idea.
Rosemary,
Rosemary and
olive oil.
That's pretty good.
The texture's nice, but it is a.
We'll see. I think it f***ing split. I shouldn't have used that cream. I thought it would have been perfect. Right? It's split.
Finding fresh wild arugula for the squash dish turned out to be a little tougher than the rosemary.
No, esta no es rúcula.
No.
No.
I think over in the vineyard there's bigger.
Maybe in this side because of the water. Oh, look at this. Okay.
Let's try.
Maybe this is. Mm-hmm.
All right. What do you got there?
Buddy, what a haul of wild arugula.
That is amazing.
This stuff will knock your socks off. It's so damn peppery.
You know what? I've learned a lot of lessons today. The desert will kick your ass.
Number one.
This is not easy.
Number two.
And the dairy is almost like butter.
Ice cream is a challenge.
Ice cream. Well, you just need to have a little bit more experience with this.
Yeah,
The ingredients are not the same.
You can't just throw two city slicker guys from Toronto out into the sub-hill of the Andes and expect us to create miracles, but we're doing our best. I can't believe this stuff is just wild. It's hard to believe.
We've learned a lot so far from Nadia, but now it was my turn to make a blue cheese cream for the squash.
So Nadia, I'll show you about the sauce here, okay? So I'm gonna put about a half
butter?
Put some sugar. And then some vinegar. This is which kind?
Is
Apple?
No, wine vinegar.
Is it wine? Okay. Okay, I'm gonna put a little bit of salt in there too. Okay, the other sauce, cream and blue cheese. This is just like a really heavy cream. A little bit of salt, that's it. Okay?
In the confines of Nadia's kitchen, I felt at home, but outside in the desert air, we were still on shaky ground.
Starting to get the hang of this slowly.
Hey, it's looking very, very good.
What's going on?
What's that? What's this all about?
I built up the fire a little bit because the shoulders are still a bit raw, but now that the fire's high,
Yeah.
it's hot up there.
Yeah.
So that's starting to cook, and down there is a bit lower. You can see it's barely bubbling at the bottom.
No, this is looking very good.
This is a super rustic way to cook. I don't have anything else to say about it other than that.
That's all you can say, really.
Yeah, this is actually probably the most typical Mendoza dish, the suckling goat. I just want to get my teeth on that. So that's all I can say.
That's good.
Please do the magic and let's have the suckling goat as soon as possible.
We've met so many people. You know, now that it's our last day, it's almost
a bit sad.
because we've learned so much just about cooking and about Argentina. And
This has opened up our eyes to this part of the world, and I want to share it with other people when I get home.
it's an experience.
It's a
You
total
have to come here to see it.
I feel very fortunate, very blessed to be here.
The Mendozan desert at nightfall is a peaceful place, but we are still on edge, unsure if our goat would be a big hit or a dried out flop.
Oh God, listen to that crunch. It's crispy.
The moment of truth is just...
The time has come. Come on, ready to pull it off?
Yeah.
The big reveal! Oh, it's safe.
Woo! Now to unrobe this thing.
Disarm it.
I'll take the cross back out to the graveyard.
The color is nice.
The color is nice, yes. The sound.
That's what you're looking for, the crunch factor?
Okay, I'll cut this part.
Why? The leg's just coming right off, eh?
Oh, look at that.
Oh my God. That is juicy as hell. Yeah. Try it.
But maybe put a little bit this one though.
It's okay?
It's perfect.
Look at that.
Oh, I love this.
Pass that over? Yeah.
Yes.
This is rustic.
This is absolutely rustic.
What kind of skin is?
Well, as you can see, we've been busy out in the desert.
So we have the suckling goat. As you guys know, you guys got it for us.
A little bit of a vegetable side dish is roasted pumpkin, which we did over the fire, so hopefully it picks up a little bit of the smokiness. It's done with a little bit of a gorgonzola sauce on the bottom, some reduced Malbec from your vineyard with a little bit of vinegar and sugar, dressed with wild arugula from your property, a little bit of lemon, and that's it.
Nadia and Jose have created a masterpiece in the desert here at Ofornie Winery, and it was an honor to serve them and their family at our final meal here in Argentina.
God, that looks good. Ooh, that one looks good too.
I love the flavors. It's not very typical of the local roast.
My eyes are wide open now, and we may have a new concept.
Oh yeah, now we're gonna go back to Toronto, go back to our restaurants, refreshed.
We've come out of this such stronger cooks, different people. I really think that this trip has changed me personally, and I really look forward to sharing it with everybody and coming back many, many times.
All right.
I agree, Craig.
Well, this is your home. So
Thank you.
Come back here and improve yourself as many times as you want. Cheers. Cheers.